Alright, so we've got a little single battle here with my Trick Room team, and we are facing Mercutio. And this is a pretty interesting match here. So this team is here to kind of set up my Marowak, and Marowak's about to, the plan is at least for Marowak to kind of wreck everything. So I am going to lead with my Audino, because this Audino basically just exists to set up Trick Room and Wish and just be a support special wall type Pokemon. He's going to go for the Fake Out. I knew he was going to go for the Fake Out, but it doesn't really do that much damage, and I've got leftovers, so I'm just going to recover a little HP, and I'm going to go for the Trick Room. He's going to go for the Brick Break, and kind of hits me for a lot, but basically Trick Room is the top priority on this Audino on pretty much all of my Pokemon, because even if they go down, if they can get that Trick Room up, then the next Pokemon can come in and revenge kill. And now this Audino's got Regenerator, so I let it heal up. I'm going to go into the Marowak, and this Ambipom is pretty scared, so he's going to go for the U-turn and not really hit me for very much damage, and he's going to go back to his owner, and I'm just ready to start taking some stuff off. So he's going to go into the SlowBRO, and I'm just going to switch Marowak back out. Kind of sucks because I lost a turn of the Trick Room, but I'm not really too worried about it because this Audino just destroys the SlowBRO. I've got the Toxic, and he can't really do that much damage to me, so with my leftovers, I'm back to half health, and I'm back to green, basically, so I'm just going to go for the Toxic, as he's going to go for the Calm Mind, and actually, I think I go for Trick Room instead, because, like I said, Trick Room is the top priority, but, I mean, this thing is really slow, so I do go for the Toxic, and Toxic this thing, so basically, even though I'm assuming that this SlowBRO is going to have Regenerator also and probably Slack Off, the Toxic is kind of what nullifies that. So if he was burned, he could probably still stall out and kill me, but Toxic, you know, he can Calm Mind probably up to +3 and not really do anything, but +2, he's going to start racking up some Toxic damage. I'm going to go for the Wish and plan out, you know, getting myself some health back. And I don't even, it's beautiful because I don't even need the Trick Room with this thing up there, so right when it's about to switch out, if I can time it, I can Trick Room, and then I'll have kind of the max amount of time to take this thing out here. And I also packed the Heal Bell on this Audino, so she is ready to, oh, the Trick Room is already up. Okay, whatever. So he's going to go for the Surf and almost takes me out, but now I go for the Trick Room, and I'm definitely slower again, so now I'm faster, and my Wish comes in, and I don't know, I felt like my Audino is kind of like teasing the SlowBRO because of that Wish. Like, he almost killed me, and then it's like I've got the Wish comes in, and I've got Regenerator, so if I need to, I can just switch out. But he's going to be taking not a whole lot from Toxic, but the next turn it's going to be a hefty amount, and then anything after that he'll probably just go right down. So this is a perfect time for me to go into my Cofagrigus, and he's going to go for the Surf. He's still going to do kind of a lot, but I don't really need this Cofagrigus for anything. His team seems like it's not going to, like, Cofagrigus isn't super useful versus team, so I can kind of take a hit from the SlowBRO and then just go back into my Audino, and now my Audino is full health, so it kind of bought myself a little bit of time with the Toxic, let him rack up some damage, and then we're kind of right back to where we started with the Audino, and I'm going to get the leftovers recovery, and, you know, it's kind of a boring part of the match. I promise it gets better, but this SlowBRO kind of was a problem, but getting the Toxic on it, it just crippled it, and it's just kind of like a waiting game for him to go down. He's going to go for the Slack Off, just kind of be that guy, but I mean, he's going to be taking such a big chunk from Toxic that he might as well just switch out, but I guess that Slack Off helps him with Regenerator. Like, if he's going to switch out, he'll have at least some more health back, and probably with the Regenerator, maybe 80% health at this point, and he's going to go into Heatran, and with this Heatran, I'm going to go for Wish just because I had nothing else to go for. I don't have any attacking moves on Audino, but he's going to go for the Substitute, and most people in this situation would be pretty worried, but not I, says the pig or the wolf or whatever that's from. And I'm going to twist the dimensions. I'm going to go for the wish. And he's probably like, oh, what an idiot. I'm going to take this thing out with a flamethrower. But no, you're not. Heatran, you're just going to do a little bit of damage, probably keep me right in range to get the regenerator, but he burns me, which is like 10% chance or something, which is kind of dumb, but take a little bit of burn, get a little bit of lefties, and basically what he has done with this Heatran and the substitute is like, hey, Nevin, take me out with a bone meringue, because how badass would that be? And I'm like, alright, I'll do it, I'll take you out. So he's going to go for the flamethrower, and he's going to hit me pretty hard, but I hang on because Marowak's awesome, and it's shiny, and my wish comes true. And I'm going to go for the bone meringue, break his sub, and then... But that's not all, Heatran. You got another bone coming. Boom, right to the face. Heatran goes down. Marowak scores a kill. Looking good, looking sharp. Trick Room is still in effect, but he's going to go into the... Ambipom, and I know he's going to go right for the fake out. So all I got to do, go right into my Cofagrigus and take the fake out. Well, I don't take the fake out because it doesn't affect me, but the dimensions twist back to normal. He's going to go for Pursuit, and I'm like, damn it, he fucking killed me. But I hang on with a 6 HP, and he becomes Mummy now, so he kind of has that infectious ability, and I'm able to get the Trick Room off, and... that just helps out immensely because I can get off one attack, my hidden power, and then he's going to kill me, and I get almost max turns of the Trick Room up. So I'm able to go down to his Pursuit and get the Trick Room up and then go back into Marowak. And I was kind of like worried that he was going to stay in, and then my ability would become Mummy, and Marowak would get kind of countered by the fact that I don't have the... whatever from the Thick Club or whatever, I don't even know. But I go for the Bone Meringue, and I hit this Noctu Noir, or Dusk Noir, whatever it's called, and that's a 2-hit KO right there. 2-hit KO if I ever did see one, and I miss the next Bone Meringue, which just, that's really dumb because he gets a burn on 10% chance with Flamethrower, and then I miss on a Bone Meringue. And for some reason, I don't take it out, and I go for the Stealth Rocks and get the Willow, but I would have killed this Dusk Noir and not been burned, but whatever, I get burned, and he's like, oh, I crippled this Marowak, but not really, bro. All I gotta do is go back into my Audino and do that perfect algorithm of moves called the Trick Room, the Wish, and the Heal Bell, and I've got Toxic too, so get hurt by the burn a little bit. He's gonna switch out of the Dusk Noir, and he's going to go into his Rhyperior, and essentially, like, this is a bad matchup for me because my Audino is just specially bulky and specially tanky, but I'm able to get the Trick Room up and get a little bit of health back from the leftovers, and basically the Trick Room is the most important thing because if I can get that up, then I'm guaranteed faster than the next Pokemon. So even though he's going for the Focus Punch, I'm able to get the Heal Bell off, and basically my Marowak is now all healed and fine, and I'm also healed up the burn myself, and I couldn't have hit this thing with anything anyway because I don't have any attacking moves. So I go down, and it's kind of nice, he takes me out with the critical, so he can't get another hacks on something that, you know, actually matters. So I just go right into the SlowKIng, and I go for the Scald, and this thing just, you know, boom, falls right down into my Scald. SlowKIng with the Life Orb and the Trick Room up, nothing to mess around with, and he's going to go into the Ambipom, and basically I can just take this out with another Scald because I'm faster. He can hit me with the Fake Out and flinch me and just kind of like stall this. He gets another critical, which, I don't know, it seems like he's getting a lot of hacks, I'm not really getting too much, but I take it right out with the Scald. Ambipom, hands down. I don't know, some hand joke about Ambipom, and dimensions are going to twist back to normal, and he's going to go into his Mega Metacham, and I'm like, uh-oh, or his Metacham, excuse me, it's not a Mega yet, but spoiler alert, I switch out of my SlowKIng, going to Chestnut, because Chestnut's like the odd man out on my team. I had like 5 solid Pokemon, and then I'm like, well, I need a 6th, I kind of need some defense. So I put this Chestnut on here, and I don't even know what moves that I had on here. It was like I get hit by the Rock Tomb, and then I think I'm trying to get a Leech Seed off instead of the Spiky Shield, like, or I don't know if I didn't have Spiky Shield. I don't know why I didn't go for Spiky Shield, but he takes me out with a Psycho Cut, and Chestnut goes down, which is not a huge deal because that allows me to go into my Skuntank, and Skuntank is the perfect person to take out any sort of psychic Pokemon. So he lives the Brick Break, and I go for the Pursuit just in case I was going to scare him out, but not really, I guess. He stayed in. So like if he switches out, I kill him. If he stays in, I wound him, and then I can just go for the Sucker Punch. And I don't quite take him out, but he's going to hit me with the Brick Break, and then my Aftermath is going to finish him off. So not a bad trade. I mean, one of his heaviest hitting Pokemon down to Skuntank, who really couldn't have done anything to any of his other Pokemon, but takes out the big threat there. And he's going to go into the Dusk Noir now, and all I got to do is go into SlowKIng. And he can go for like the Willow, which isn't really going to hurt me too much, but I can just go for, or he's going to hit me with the Shadow Sneak, I guess. But Dusk Noir isn't that strong, and there's no way that's going to take me out. I mean, it does a considerable amount, but I also have Regenerator, and I'm pretty strong in terms of special attack. I get the Burn, which is awesome. This is kind of making up for all of those critical hits that he got on me. And so I take it out essentially with the Scald, because Scald burns him. He gets taken out by the Burn. But whatever, he's going to go into the SlowBRO and take a little bit of my Stealth Rock damage. And this is his last Pokemon, and I still have a little bit of Pokemon left on my team. I get switching to Marowak just to proc my Regenerator on my SlowBRO, or my SlowKIng. I keep wanting to call mine SlowBRO, but I'm looking at SlowBRO, but mine's a SlowKIng, and I'm a king for the reason. Or I'm the king for a reason. So he's going to slack off, get his HP back up, and I'm just going to switch out of Marowak and into my SlowKIng. And I'm at half health now, and basically I can take a Surf, and then all I gotta do is just go back into Marowak, and now I've got more health, and Marowak can die and take the hit, and I'm able to kind of heal up because I'm not running Slack Off on this. It's got the Trick Room. So I had 3 Pokemon on this team with the Trick Room just because the team is so slow, and only having Audino with it, and even just with Cofagrigus having Trick Room, it's not enough Pokemon. Like, I've got to have enough options and enough ways to get that Trick Room up, otherwise this team doesn't work. So Marowak pretty much useless at this point. Even though Audino died to heal it of its burn, it still isn't going to do anything against the SlowBRO. Especially SlowBRO, like even with the Double Edge, and even with Bone Meringue and whatever, it still isn't going to touch it. So it's SlowKIng versus the SlowBRO, and he's going to go Calm Mind and start to kind of set himself up, and so he can't take hits. But I've got the Life Orb, and I'm just like, you know what, I'll see what I can do with the Psychic, and it doesn't really do anything, and I take damage from Life Orb, and I don't have anything to switch into, and I have no recovery moves on the SlowKIng. So even though he is toxic, he still has the Calm Mind, he still has my Life Orb damage, and he still has the Slack Off. So he's able to kind of recover, and it becomes just like a stall war where I have to keep going for the Trick Room to try to not damage myself. And all he can, he can keep going for the Calm Minds, and then makes his Surf stronger and stronger, and then, Calm Mind, Slack Off, Calm Mind, Slack Off. Even though he's taking, considerable toxic damage, he can still slack off, and it's almost back to full HP, and he can continue to kind of dish out damage. I can't really speed up the process. I just have to figure out a way to stall this guy out with my repeated use of Trick Room, just twisting and twisting all the dimensions. I don't even know at this point, like, if he's faster, I'm faster. All I know is all I'm clicking is Trick Room, and I'm waiting for the poison to take him out. But he's going to go for Slack Off, and that's going to bring him almost back to full, even though he's going to take a pretty big chunk from the Toxic this time. But I go for the Trick Room again, Twisted Dimensions. He's going to get a little bit of Leftovers recovery, and look at that. You wouldn't even know he's Toxic Poisoned, almost at full HP, and that's going to take him down quite a bit. and he's gonna hit me with the surf. And surf takes me down pretty low, but I'm still hanging on. Probably another one's gonna take me out, and he's gonna hit me with the surf. And I'm just like, no, I lost, so close, but 1 HP. 1 HP. This whole match is just my Pokemon hanging on. They're like, we don't want to disappoint you, Nevin. We will hang on to the very last. And this SlowBRO goes down to the toxic damage. SlowKIng triumphs over the SlowBRO, and I win the match against Mercutio. Great game, my friend. Great game. And stay tuned for more Wi-Fi battles. Post your friend code in the comments if you want me to take you on and put a video up. And have a great day. Peace.